Tony, West Ham fan that you are and a former player, how disappointing was that defeat yesterday?
Oh, Rob, I can't begin to tell you how disappointing it was. I think, you mentioned I'm a fan first and foremost, and I think I spoke to many friends and family yesterday, and I think we was all so gutted with, not only the result but the performance as well, because it was just so much under par performance that, we didn't expect really. I know that Sam was always going to make a few changes, and it was always going to be difficult against what is a good Forest side playing well in the Championship, but it wasn't a good day to be a West Ham fan, and I think it's one of them we've got to very quickly forget it and move on and look forward to what's going to be a big game on Wednesday.
Yeah, it certainly will be. The co-owners have released a statement supporting the manager and calling on the fans to stay behind the team. Is that a big sign that the club are in trouble?
Well, Rob, listen, let's be realistic. We know the club are in trouble. They're in the bottom three of the Premier League. They've just been knocked out of one cup competition. But on a positive side, they're in the semi-finals of another one. So it's been really difficult. We all know the long-standing problems that Andy Carroll's had all season. That's affected the team and everyone involved at the club. More recently, they've lost 3 of their centre halves. They've got, one of their midfield players is suspended. One of them, Mark Noble's just got injured. So, there's lots and lots of reasons to be gloomy as a West Ham fan at the moment. But, I'm trying to be optimistic here, Rob, and I'm looking forward to a big game in the Capital One semi-final on Wednesday. And if West Ham can get through to the final, it's going to be very, very difficult. But if they can get through to the semi-final to the final, it will be a big boost for everyone at the club.
Well, there's no denying Manchester City's home form is just simply phenomenal, Tony, isn't it? And that would send a chill down any fan's spine. But West Ham at the moment, goodness me, what can you see from this one?
Well, you're quite right, Rob. The home form's been fantastic for City, hasn't it? And, I'm not going to stand here and say that West Ham are going to come here and win the game 3 or 4-0, because you've got to be realistic, But what I don't want is for us to come here and, do what we did yesterday, really, and get turned over 5 or 6, because it means that the second leg is then a formality. So I don't think anyone wants to see that. I want to see West Ham come here. I'm sure Big Sam's got the players down at the training ground today and getting them all together, working on what is a good team spirit at the training ground, and making sure everyone's as full of confidence as they can be. Get the team together, get them right tactically, because I think that's going to play a big part on Wednesday. And whatever formation, whatever players he puts out, they've all got to go out and give 100% effort. And there's going to be 5,000 or 6,000 West Ham fans coming up here on Wednesday, myself included, Rob. So, we're going to be expecting a good performance from the team. We might not win the game, we might even lose the game, but at the end of the match, I'm sure that the fans, the players will go over to the fans and thank them for their support, because they owe them one really after what happened yesterday.
Sky sources are telling us Roger Johnson could be joining on a season-long loan. What do you make of that, and does that rule out perhaps interest in Joleon Lescott?
Well, I think the problem with Joleon Lescott is just the wages, Rob, isn't it? I mean, they're quoting us saying 90 grand a week, and, West Ham aren't going to be able to afford those sort of wages. They could probably pay half of it, but certainly not all of it. So if there's a problem with the wages, that's going to perhaps discount Joleon coming to West Ham. Personally, I'd love to see him come to West Ham, because he's an excellent defender, an international defender, and we need someone like him there. With regards to Roger Johnson, I know him as a player. He has played in the Premier League. He's got that experience. On his day, he's a good centre-half, Rob. I think he probably just needs an arm round him and someone to tell him how good he is, because he needs the confidence. He's been playing in League One with Wolves and the Championship as well, I think. So, there's potential there, but he needs to come into the team, bolster that back four. Too many injuries at the moment. So, Roger needs to come in and hit the ground running. Very
quickly, Tony, cast your mind back to February '97. Hartson and Kitson coming in at the Boleyn and saving what seemed a desperate situation. West Ham needs some of that magic dust, don't they?
They certainly do, yeah. And I know we're trying to sign centre halves at the moment, but we need someone to come in and score the goals. I'd love to see Jermaine Defoe back at the club. Whether that will happen, I don't know. I'm sure they're trying to make things happen behind the scenes, but they need a 1 goal scorer, if not 2 goal scorers. And Hartson and Kitson, Cottee and McAvenny, whatever you want, Rob, they need to get someone in there to score a few goals.
Let's get Tony Cottee back. Tony, thank you very much indeed.